So it helps looking at the ego and the authentic this way, because the lower frequency in the dead end ego needs to be discovered. For you not to delude yourself about things, you need to discover these things. You need to become aware. If you think that it's normal to have a reaction where you yell at people, where you react with aggravation because somebody has crossed your boundaries, completely delusional. There are no bloody boundaries. There are no boundaries. It's delusional. If you and then I was really standing up for myself. I feel so proud about that. Well, complete bloody ego. You're so ego. You're completely deluded. So it's important to become aware of this. It's really important to become aware of this. And next time I'm going to talk more about the fixation that we can get in the ego and in the authentic, where you become the bully when you're the ego and you become a chameleon when you're in the authentic. But for now, just have that awareness about that bubble of reality around you, where everything you hear other people are saying, everything you see what other people are doing, it's not real. It's what you think you hear and what you think you see is not real. It's only a reflection of you. It's only telling about you. So you need to bring focus for wanting to de-identify with the ego, or with the authentic for that matter. And you need to bring a focus to that so you can pull yourself out and be in the observing role, where you just observe what is happening. There's no opinion about it. You're just observing. If we look at it like that, then you can look at it that you have like a small ego. Ego is always so small. So it's so contracting. The world is so small. You have that, and then there is something bigger than that, which is the authentic. Again, this is just a concept. This is just a concept to understand it, and whatever metaphor works for you, fine. So you have like the ego that is small, contracted. You have like the authentic around it, and in that you then around that have the bubble of reality of, and when you really listen to the underlying belief, and you really hear that this is about the emotional indicator, fear, anger, guilt, and shame, and what you're saying is a verbal indicator, blaming, complaining, shaming, and explaining, then you know that there's something underneath. There's something that I truly believe is true, which isn't. It's just the mirrors on the inside of the bubble of reality. That is just concepts, but it creates an opening to the void, where you have the awakening. So the bubble of reality is reflecting the different sides of yourself. Everything you hear and see and think and perceive, assume about yourself and about others, is just a mirror of what is going on in you. Whatever you pick up on, be curious about that. And the bubble of reality is only ever real to you. It's your mirrors. It's your history. It's created by all the old stories that you have had in your life. That is the foundation of it. And that is where you have shaped your bubble of reality of how you perceive you, of how you perceive the world. Is the world a safe place? All those underlying beliefs is created by that. So everything you believe or think or hear, assume about others is just a reflection of your perception of you. Because the starting point is in the assumption of your ego land. Of your ego land. That's the starting point. So what you think about others is always about you. And it's always about your bubble of reality. And you can shape your reality and your bubble of reality in whichever way you like. No one but you is going to see what your bubble of reality is about. And they can only understand you from their own copy-paste bubble of reality. So we are in those different bubbles of realities where we are interacting with one another. And the illusion is when you think that the other person has something to do with you. You can't make other people's reality yours, and nobody is supposed to change. It's not your job to persuade other people to believe what you believe, or to tell other people so they can see things. It's not your job, it's their job. And you can't. The only thing you can do is share how your bubble of reality is, how you perceive the world, but how they hear that, it's completely up to them. It's got nothing to do with you. You can't save anyone. You can't save anyone. People only hear what they understand from their bubble of reality. So the best you can do is just to focus on your own, look at the way that you are communicating, hear the words that you're saying, listen to the underlying beliefs and look into that. And then by reflecting on that, clearing all that ego stuff up from that, you're going to be in the world in a way where the ripple effect is taking care of the rest. And it's not something that you do anymore at that point. It's something that you are. And when that is in line with one another, that is when it's just comfortable to be with you, because there's no dissonance anywhere. You're completely fine with whatever comes up. If you say something that offends other people and they critique you about it, you're completely fine with that. You can reflect on what they're saying and see if it's useful for you in any way to look into this. You know it's about them. What they hear that you say is about them, obviously. But you can still use whatever critique you're getting or whatever feedback you're getting to see if there's something useful for you in that. Because how you hear it is reflective of you. Not what you think they're saying, but how you hear that, because the ears are sitting on you. And that's why it's always useful to get feedback. Not because of what other people are saying, you can't use that too much because that's them. But you can use it to how you hear it, how you react to what they're saying, how you perceive what they're saying about you. That is useful because it's an indication to how you see you, what you think about you. You will also understand that once you really understand that your perception is subjective. Whatever you think you hear other people say, whatever you think you see other people do, that is subjective and is only reflective of you. When you really, really understand that, then you allow other people to be as they are, because you become so blatantly aware that you have no idea what's going on with other people. Ever, 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 never, ever. You can't. You only have an idea what is going on in you, where you come from. And that means that people are set free, You're setting people free to be who they are, to do what they want to do. You know that there's no one truth about anything, and you're simply allowing people to be in the world the way that they are, to have whatever opinions they have. It's completely fine, So really, really understanding that whatever you hear, whatever you see, it's subjective. It's only about you. That is such a freeing experience for other people because you're allowing them to be. That's a huge gift. That's a huge, huge gift. I want to thank everyone that are showing your appreciation of the Awakening curriculum by buying me a cup of tea and becoming members of the YouTube channel. I truly appreciate that gesture. It means so much to me, and it also makes it possible to keep the channel and the homepage free from paid promotion and all that stuff. So thank you so much. And if you're new to the channel, then you find the full Awakening curriculum either on the YouTube channel or on my homepage, themore.uk. The Awakening curriculum is a free resource for you to use the Fetter work in resolving the effects of trauma and integrating insights of non-self and non-duality into your daily life and become awake.